Hello students, welcome back to BankExamsToday.com, and this is Divya, and today we are gonna do IBPS SO important questions, and this is kind of a revision class, and this session will include the marketing and human resource questions as well. So before starting this video, let me just check if everything is working fine. Yeah. Just okay. Okay. Yeah. So welcome back to
The sounds
BankExamsToday.com,
are
and this
working
is
fine.
Divya, and today we are gonna do IBPS SO.
Yes, and let me just share this to the Telegram channel. You can also follow the Telegram channel in case you want PDF for these lectures. And I am sharing all of these PDFs for these lectures in Telegram channel. So yeah, let's start with the session. I'll be up with the chat as well, so you can do comment your you can comment your all these the answers for to these questions. Okay, so yeah. So here the first question is, guys, you have to, like, you can answer all of these. This is a revision class just for you to know that whether you know the answer to the question or not. So the first question is, the AIDA concept, AIDA concept explains the various stages that a consumer moves through when confronted with a promotional message. The acronym stands for. Now this AIDA concept, we have already done the video on this as well. Like, I've explained this in another video, the 10 series video. So in short, I'll be just telling this. Basically this concept is related to the consumer. When the consumer first when want to launch a product in the market, we need to first grab the attention of the consumer. We need to attract them, and that is what attention refers to here. And then once we attract their attention, then we have to build their interest in that particular product. And then basically the main aim is to then to create a desire within them to that they need to buy that product. And finally the action to actually buy to that they will actually buy the product. Now after create to for the consumer to persuade them to buy the product, first we like grab their attention, then build the interest in that product, then we create the desire in them that they want that product, and then finally the product persuade them to take action, and they actually purchase that. So that is what it refers to: attention, interest, desire, and action. So yeah, this is the right answer. Yeah, so C option is the correct answer for this. Yeah, let's move on to next question. Increased competition leads to price decrease. Increasing public awareness and sales volume increase significantly are characteristics of dash in PCL. Yeah, so what PLC is basically product life cycle. Okay, now when in product life cycle there are different stages. So we will see that first, okay, one by one, and then it will be more easy for you to know the answer. Now whenever the product is launched in the market, there are different stages that a product has to go through. Okay, now these stages are basically the introduction stage, the growth stage, maturity, and the decline stage. Now when the product is first introduced in the market, that's the introduction of the product, where like whenever the new product is launched, there are always low sales because people are not aware that much about the product. And
high cost per customer is there, and we might also suffer from financial losses, and in the introduction, because the product is not that much known to the market. Then after the product is being launched in the market, if the product does well, then the sales start increasing, the profits rise, the customers increase, competitors start coming up or making the products, and like that. So in the growth stage, the competitors are always there, profit starts to rise, right? Then there is maturity stage. Maturity stage is basically when the product is just has reached to some saturation point, where the sales are highest, okay, and the cost per customer is lowest, profits are high, and you have stable number of competitors. Okay, that's the maturity stage. Once the product gets mature and everything, it's reached to the maturity stage, it starts to decline. Okay, then there are falling sales, and profits also fall basically. So that is what basically in short what product life cycle is. So whenever there is increased competition, that leads to price decrease, and increasing public awareness about the product is there, sales volume also start to increase significantly. That is all about the growth stage of the product. So that's also your answer. Now let's move on to the next question. Now this question is, charging dissimilar prices in diverse markets for the same product is. Now whenever the dissimilar prices, or whenever the prices are charged differently from different consumers, different categories of consumers are given different charged different prices, so that is what price discrimination is. So it is basically we have done this question yesterday as well. It is kind of important, and it can come with the case study as well. So price discrimination is basically charging different prices for the same goods or services. Okay, yesterday we did that question, the theater one. That for the students who are daily watching all of these classes. So price discrimination is what? Charging different prices from different customers. Let's see with the next question. To enter a market, a company initially priced its product offering at a very low cost and edged out others to gain market share. Once the company had established a significant market share in the market, it raised its prices. What was the pricing strategy followed by the company? Now again, pricing strategy is again important topic for the exam, and for now whenever the company had established a significant market share, and then it raises its prices, is basically what price penetration is. Okay, it is basically penetration pricing, where once the product is launched in the market, okay, when you want to launch the product, you keep your prices very low, and then after you launch it, you make a significant market share in the market, you make your place in the market, then what you do, you charge high price. So that is penetration pricing. Okay, and then now next is which is the appropriate pricing for a new product to be introduced in the market. Now basically for a new product, there are always two pricing strategies that are there, skimming and penetrating pricing. So skimming and penetrating both are opposite of each other, where skimming, okay, I'll explain each one of these to you. Now what exactly all those options, I will explain that. Now first is cost plus pricing. Okay, and cost plus pricing is simply calculating your cost, whatever the cost that takes to make the product, you just add a markup to it, the profit percent to it. That's what the price you set for the product or service. The next is competitive pricing. You see what your competition is charging for a particular product or service, and you set a price based on what your competition is charging. Okay, and you set your price according to that. That is what competitive pricing is. Next is value based pricing. Value based pricing is a price based on how much the customer believes that whatever you are selling worth is. Okay, whatever that you are selling, the worth of that, whatever the customer believes, that you set that price. Whatever the value that you are offering to your customers, you set that price for your customers. Then is price skimming. I already explained you this. Skimming and penetration are opposite. Skimming is, whereas skimming is what? It is setting a high price and lowering as it involves. Now what happens in skimming? When you enter into the market, you set a very high price and then you lower the price gradually. And then what is penetration? You set a lower price when you enter into the market, and then you increase your price later. So that is what the skimming and penetration is. Now skimming and penetration is always it is, this pricing strategy is used for a new product. So that's your answer. Next is which statement best describes 360-degree feedback? It is what? It is a system used to appraise employees, a system where managers give feedback to all their staff, a system where feedback on any individual is derived from peers, subordinates, supervisors, and occasionally customers, a development tool. Now basically a 360-degree feedback is a performance appraisal method, where what we do, we check the performance of the employees, those who are working in our organization. It is for them, that it is for that employee. Okay, so whenever we want to what we do in this, according to this method, what we do, like we do the we take the feedback about for that individual from his or her peers, the subordinates, supervisors, and occasionally from customers as well. Now why this method is called 360-degree feedback? Because when the feedback is taken from all the persons around that individual for whom this performance appraisal is done. So that is covering everybody for taking the feedback. So 360-degree feedback is basically evaluation method for that incorporates feedback from the workers, peers, superiors, subordinates, everybody. And this is primary reason is to use this full circle, whatever the full circle of that individual is. That is why the full circle is 360-degree, right? So that is why the name. Okay, it is to basically provide the information about the performance from multiple perspectives. So now if we are taking opinions or feedback from everybody around that person, so that gives us multiple perspectives. So C option, that's your correct answer. Let's move on to next question. Which of the following is not the method to collect job data? Now whenever we want to whenever we want to analyze the whatever that is required in a particular job, we collect data for that. And all of these are the methods given, and out of this observation method, through observation also observing the employee doing whatever the work he or she is doing, we can collect job data. From interviewing a person, we can also collect the job data, whatever things are required for the job or task or responsibilities about the job by interviewing. So that is also a method. Questionnaire method can also be used, but so your answer is D. Human resource accounting method is a performance appraisal method. So it is not a job it is not a method to collect job data. Okay, so now these are all the explanation. You can see that in the PDFs. I will be sharing that on Telegram. Let's move on to next question. Now in a company board meeting, a managing director decides to put the future action plan of the company up for discussion and then for adoption after an election. Now which form of leadership is he showing? Now in leadership, basically whenever the something has to be taken up, some action or plan has to be taken up, it is up for discussion, and then there is an election that they are gonna do the voting thing for the discussion, whatever the decision has to be made. So that is obviously the democratic leadership style. Leadership is what they are talking about. Okay, a democratic leadership is what, where where there is participation involved by all the team members that the leader has. Whereas all of these are not that much, they are not autocratic. All the power, all the autonomy a leader has. Laissez-faire is the main powers, the decision making power is in hand of the leader. Other day-to-day activities or decisions, whatever that has to be taken, is with subordinates. Laissez-faire, why is this not the answer? Because there's an election, and there's that they are going to they are going to conduct with that. So laissez-faire is basically not suitable, because they are conducting the election, and the main decision is being taken by the discussion of the team members. So that is democratic leadership, not laissez-faire. Strategic leadership is again not there, where strategies are made and then leaded according to that, the leader leads. Transactional leadership ship is also not the answer, because it is what it takes it works under the notion that the employment services are a transaction where the employer has to perform duties in return to which they are being paid. Okay, so it is not that leadership as well, and it is not your answer. So your first is the correct answer. Okay, yeah, so you can see the explanation as well later. Next is which of the following is not a decision made after job analysis? Now whenever we are doing the job analysis, we are which is not made after job analysis. After you make the do the job analysis, you do not make your investment decisions. They are made before that, how much investment you will be doing before you do the analysis. Okay, after job analysis, then you will do recruitment, selection, performance appraisals of the employees. You can do compensation appraisals or training requirements that you see after job analysis, right? So investment decisions, your answer. Now last question, which of the following does not include in the process of human resource planning? Now there's a human resource planning process where this recruiting and selecting is not the part of human resource planning, because it is just planning about the human resource. We will recruit it in the recruitment. These are the later stages. Okay, so it is not included in the recruiting, and selecting is not the part of human resource planning process. So that's also your answer. So yeah, that was all for today, students. And in case you want PDFs, you can follow us on Telegram. The name of the channel is Bank Exams Today. You can follow us on that for the latest updates, and all the links are there in our description box. You do not forget to subscribe the channel and like this video. You can also if you want to know about the course, you can install the Bank Exams Today mobile application, or you can go to learn.bankexamstoday.com, and where the demos are also available. And then these are the students who cracked the IBPS SO marketing officer exam last year. So yeah, you can see that and about the course, and you can also be part of it. And that's all for today, students. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.